welcome to the world of quality food at the Ifko Kitchen. Today with us, Chef Shan right here. Hello.
Hi.
He will be preparing for us the prawn biryani, which is a very, very delicious meal for the whole family. And as his favorite author, Julia Child, says, people who love to eat are the best people. So we're going to be moving over to Chef. Chef, tell us about the prawn biryani today and more.
All right. Thank you. To get started, prawn or rubian as it's called in the Middle East is a very household favorite of every house, and a lot of my Arabic friends tend to enjoy the prawn biryani. So I thought I would share this recipe with you. It's a simple and easy recipe. First of all, we'll start with boiling the rice. We're having hot boiled water. Just keep it at a good boil, and then you add a little bit of salt. I've soaked the rice already in water for about 35 to 40 minutes.
Why do we do that?
Just to remove the excess starch in the rice. And this is just good fragrant basmati rice.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So it's always for biryani, we always use basmati.
That's right. You use fresh basmati rice that's already soaked. And I'm just going to drop this in. We're going to do everything pretty much from scratch. And I'm just going to show you how easy is it to make a good biryani at home. While the rice is going to boil, we're going to use some whole spices like cardamom, cinnamon, clove, and some soft spices like cumin and fennel seeds. Okay. We're going to toast the spices and get the masala ready. This is the dry spice powder. 2 to 3 cloves, about 2 to 3 cardamom pods. Okay. All you need to do is to remove the husk and then use only the inner part of the cardamom.
Okay.
All right. And the leftover cardamom peel can be used to flavor your chai, your Arabic coffee or Turkish coffee. It need not be wasted. So everything in the spice is of some use. While this is kind of toasting, first I'm going to put in the hard spices and allow them to toast a little bit. We're going to add some soft spices like cumin and fennel. Fennel and cumin, these are all spices that will go well with the prawn. So see, you can see this popping. Yeah. Once you hear the popping sound, it means that the spices are getting nice and toasted. Okay. While it's getting popped up, we'll just leave it to kind of cool down a little bit. Now I'm going to marinate the prawns.
So you're going to leave this cool down, and then are we going to use it?
We're going to blend it into a powder. Okay. So that's why I'm cooling it down.
So tell us a little bit, the prawns I see here, you already have them peeled and ready, but if you can tell us more about the process of, do you have any tricks of your own of how to get it cleaned properly?
Yeah, okay. Cleaning a prawn is very easy. It's just to peel the prawn and then remove the vein and wash it under running water about 2 to 3 times. Okay. It's a very simple and easy process. Okay. I'm going to place the prawns into a bigger bowl so that it will help me to mix in. We're going to add some yogurt. A cup of yogurt.
So any brand of yogurt available in the market?
In the market, yeah. Just fresh yogurt. A touch of Kashmiri chili powder. This will add color but not the spice to the prawns.
Okay.
All right. After this, a hint of turmeric. All right. All right. Turmeric is a good antiseptic. A lot of medicinal value to it. And then a little bit of salt. Not too much, because we're going to add salt in each and every stage of the biryani cooking process. 2 teaspoons of ginger garlic paste and some fresh lemon juice. And leave it to marinate for say about half an hour. And then by the time, make sure that we do the other process as well. All right. While the prawns are marinating now, we're going to get the spice blend ready. See, now you could also smell it to see the smell is coming out. Wow. Exactly. So that's how you'll know that the spices are nice and toasted. Yeah. Right? Now I'm going to toast the saffron. This is for the garnish. Okay, so we just... A good technique to do is to toast the saffron on a pretty much switch it off on a very warm pan. All right, you just leave it for about say a couple of minutes. All the flavor again will release. The essential oils in the saffron tend to release, and then we add a little bit of hot water to it or some warm milk, lukewarm milk, and then we kind of use it as a garnish on the top. This is a very rich and easy dish which can be prepared at home from scratch.
Yeah. Personally, I never knew that we would toast saffron. I thought it's just used the way it is.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's good to know your tricks.
So our saffron is toasted.
Okay. So, ladies, as you see now, we're using Noor sunflower oil, which is trans fat free, which is a right diet cooked with a healthy oil like the Noor sunflower oil here. It protects your heart and keeps your family fit and healthy. As you see, it also has got vitamins A, D, and E, which is very good. So it's a very good replacement if you don't want to use butter or ghee.
All right. So now once the oil is getting hot, we're gonna start adding the wet part of the masala. For the prawns, we need to add onions, just sliced red onions, say about 2 or 3.
Okay.
You just add it in and you start to saute the onions.
Do we need to wait for the oil to...
Yeah, once the oil is a little hot, you can start to add it in.
Okay.
You need not wait for it to be too hot because anyway, this process of it is called bhuna. So once the onion is getting hot, that should be good. We're going to cook it for a long time. At this point of time, I'm going to add a touch of salt because the salt pulls out all the moisture from the onions and it helps the onions to brown faster. So yeah, the onion is almost getting brown now. You could see that.
Yeah.
Right, and I'm going to put in the tomatoes. Just fresh.
How many tomatoes?
Just 2 medium-sized, freshly chopped tomatoes. You can just add that in. Well, the tomatoes, when you put in the tomatoes, you can just increase the heat a little bit so that it kind of makes it into a nice and thick gravy. This will give a lot of body to the prawns that we are going to add now. Onions are almost nice and brown and the tomatoes are made into a nice gravy.
Okay.
This is the consistency that you would like to have. Now you will be adding a little bit of fresh mint, whole mint leaves and some fresh coriander leaves. And then saute it a little bit. Just a quick stir. And after this, we'll be adding the spices. Can you pass me the spice blend?
Wow, this smells fantastic.
That's right. So you need to just use it, not all of it, just a touch of it, because you already have a little more of spice there. I'm going to save the rest for later. Now we are going to kind of saute the spices just a little bit. While the spices are sauteing, I'm going to add a touch of water to it. Make sure that the spice cooks thoroughly well. The raw flavor goes off. Indian cooking is all about cooking on slow flame. It allows, if you saute it on a dry heat, the spices tend to burn.
Yeah.
So
and you want to get the fullness. And
exactly, and we have used Noor sunflower oil just to keep it light. Add a touch of water and cook it for about say 2 to 3 minutes, but keep stirring it continuously. All right. Now you can smell it now. The spice mixture would have gone. Right? And the raw flavor is gone now. So I'm going to add the prawns that have been marinated in yogurt. At this stage, I'm going to put the heat up to a medium flame, to a medium heat, and then add it in so that the prawn cooks in really quick.
How long do prawns take?
Prawns normally take about 5 to 6 minutes to cook in completely. Since that we are adding all this, it's a very easy process for us. Prawns are very easy and very flavorful. Cooked in Noor sunflower oil, along with all the spices. Indian food is not always spicy. This is very, very mellow, and it gives you a very warm feel from inside. The prawn biryani has flavors that are really fresh, and we use a lot of seasonal ingredients.
That's very true, actually. That's because, if the food is too spicy, it actually kills the taste and the flavor of every other spice.
Exactly.
And we use every other spice perfectly, so we get the fullness and richness and the scent with the taste all together.
Perfect,
So I
yeah.
love that.
So the prawns are almost 50% done. At this time, I'm going to add in the rice that we cooked, the basmati rice. It's cooked about 80%. The basmati rice, it's not fully cooked because we are still going to cook this in dum, which is a method that we cook it in steam. Cooking it in dum is a process. This is prawn dum biryani that we are making today. I'm gently going to mix in the prawns into the rice.
So basically for any type of biryani, whether it's prawns, chicken or so on, we can still use these pots at home. We don't need the clay pots.
Not required. Any pot with a tight lid will do the trick.
Oh, okay.
All right?
The trick is basically it's closed properly and it's...
That's right, that's right. The steam should not escape from it.
Okay.
Now see, I'm just pressing it down, and now we're going to add a little bit more of fresh mint and some coriander leaves on top. Just leave whole leaves. It's just going to be perfect. Close it down with a nice and tight lid. Put it on a high heat for about 2 minutes and then switch it off. So this will make sure your prawns is cooked nice and juicy and succulent, and the rice is just cooked perfectly well.
And we leave it for about...
Just leave it for about 10 minutes on top of the thing, and then since it's all nice and tight, all the goodness is covered inside. So we'll just take about 5-10 minutes to open the thing, and then we'll serve it to you. The prawn biryani is getting ready now.
Okay.
Made with Noor sunflower oil. Look at how light it is.
Yes.
Yeah. So
it smells very light though.
exactly. So the dum process is done. The prawn is perfectly cooked, nice and juicy prawns with saffron. We're going to serve it on a platter to be enjoyed with your family. Noor sunflower oil is very light. It's enriched with vitamin A, D, and E. And real food needs to be tasty, right? So as we say it, we're gonna serve it with a simple raita, made with again some tomatoes, onions, and cucumbers. All right, and then garnish it with some fried cashew nuts. Prawn biryani made with Noor sunflower oil.
Perfect, chef. Thank you very much. Presentation, the cooking, everything was detailed. Just a fantastic dish.
Bon appetit.
Thank you.